like car sales.
Yeah, car sales.
Anyone who's done car sales. Hi, I'm Will. Have you been helped yet? I'm good. I'm just looking. Everyone's just looking. Everyone. Yeah. You don't know how many times I sold a car to someone who's just looking because so then change that up. I know they're going to say that. So I need something to say for that or say something different than can I help you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would like go up to people and I would just make stuff up sometimes. I'm like, hey, are you here for the sandwiches? Like I would literally just tell, they're like, what? Yeah, we're having like a sandwich party. Is that why you didn't come here? They're like, no, I was just going to look around. Oh, you're looking for cars. Like, oh, okay. I thought you were here for the sandwiches. We were like giving some sandwiches away. What are you looking at, man? I'll show you a few. I can even point you in the right direction. You know what I mean? I would just throw them off.
You got them off guard. Yeah. Because most people are like, oh, I got to sell you something. That's kind of like, they're like, oh, someone's going to come up to me because they have to sell me something.
Yeah.
Dude, if a guy would have come up to me like that, oh yeah, that would have got me.
Here for the sandwiches. I'm in a car shop. Yeah. And then you gain their thing real quick. And then they even like tell you like, I'm not here for the sandwiches. I'm here for a car. And you go, oh, great. So you got them to do it. And it's a little bit of trickery. Yeah. But I never thought of it as trickery in the car business because all you're really doing is helping someone get out of their own way because people are there because they need a car. But when you go to buy a car, you think, is this in my budget? Can I afford it? Is this even the right car? My wife's not here. I don't make decisions without my wife. There's a million things that happen. And our job is to problem solve, not to sell you a car. All right, you're here. It's on your budget. What is your budget? Maybe I can help there. This isn't the car for you. What car is for you? Your wife's not here. Let's go get in this car and pick her up and see if we can bring her in. You don't want to do that? How about you take the car? How about none of that doesn't work? How about I give you my number? You come back when you're ready with wife. But you know what I mean? You get all the info and you'll sell cars that way. But if you just like listen to every person that says, I'm just looking, like you never sell a car.
No. And then of course that just looking means like kind of like,
yeah. Off. And I've done it. I've been a customer and I get nervous because I'm like, and I've been it like to a dealership since I've sold cars. I'm like, oh, this guy's going to try to sell me a car, man. So I get it. But if the salesman's good, you know what I mean? Like I hope I was, you just kind of like understand each other and it doesn't feel like a transaction like that anymore.
No. And then at that point, you're making friends.
That's literally what we would say when we sold cars. I tell anyone that I trained, because I didn't come up with this. Someone told me this, a really, really, really good car salesman named Ryan. He said, make a friend. That was the first thing he taught me. So what do I do? And he's like, just make a friend. He's like, people buy cars from people they like. They do it. They can need a car. I mean, you get lucky every now and then, but they can need a car and avoid you and buy it from someone else because they don't like you. Make a friend, come back and let me know, and then I'll help you sell a car.
Well, I know that for a fact. If I was buying a car, I'd go to the same guy that helped me before. That was he was
a friend that's recommended. Yeah. Or if you're shopping, which most people do, and you're at 3 different dealerships, you're going to go with the person that, first of all, you're going to have your choice of car. But if there's any sort of hesitation, like, I don't know if I want the Hyundai or the Ford, that guy was cool. You know what I mean? You're gravitated towards that vehicle. If there is a deciding factor and you're made a friend, you're more likely to get that person to come back.
Just to point this out there, I would never buy a Ford. Throwing out there.
Oh, you sound like most people that come on the lot, man.
Well, I come on. You saw my truck.
Yeah, I know. If you came in and told me that, I just wouldn't show you Fords, right? Yeah. Like I hate when people are like, come on, let me show you anyways. Like, no, he just told you he doesn't want Fords.
Yeah, and that's my hint. It's like, I don't like Fords. Show me something else. And that's,
I'll never forget training this salesman. He was so nervous, and I don't know if he ended up being good later on. But I'll never forget it. He was like, and I would be the supervisor, literally, and I put in air quotes because I would come over and I go, hey guys, I'm a supervisor. My name is Will. I'm just a salesman, right? But I was training this guy, and I come off confidently. People don't care. And so I told him, one of the things in the car industry is get a commitment, right? So if you go, don't come back. They would literally give your deal away. If you went back to the desk and said, they want to look at this car, and then they give you numbers and you go back. If you come back without a commitment, like an initial what they would do, they'll just call a different salesman to go in there and take over. You don't even get a shot. So you got to get a commitment. And so I was trying to help this kid. I said, whatever you do, just get a commitment. And if they say they don't want to do it, you say, what would you do? If they say they wouldn't do that, you have to get them to give you a number, even if it's dumb. I want this car for $4 a month, 0 down. Get them to initial, they'll do it. Because what you're trying to do is turn a switch in their head to buying mode. Right now they're in looking mode. So even if it's outrageous, get a commitment. And I was hyping them up. I'm like, dude, they're going to give your deal away. I'll come in and take your deal. I don't want to. You're the new guy. I'm looking out for you the way people didn't look out for me. And I'll never forget it. I'm watching him like from a distance. And he goes up and he's like so nervous. He won't even look him in the eye. He's like, okay, so if I could do, you want to put money down? No? Okay. So 0, if I could do 0 down in like 500 a month. He went really high. Like he just said that out of nowhere. He didn't ask them what they would do, which is what he should have done. But he goes, 0 down. Like if I can get you like 500, you do that? And the guy goes, yeah, I would. And he looks over at me and he goes, you will? You'll do that right now. Like he was surprised like an idiot. The other guy's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to buy a car. Yeah. And then he puts the little X and runs because he's so excited. I go get him to initial it. Say, hey, if I do this, you'll buy it today. Oh yeah. It was so funny. He goes back, gets it. And I thank God he sold the car. But it was so funny because I hyped him up. Hey, they're probably going to argue. Easiest customer. They call it a lay down in the car industry. But his face, like, you will? And he just like looked over at me. I'm like, dude, how dumb can you be right now?
Honestly, I probably would do the same way. I'm like, really?
Whoa. That never happens. He just had a really, it's rare.
Lucky, yeah.
But they literally call it a lay down in the car industry where someone comes in and say, I want this car. I know what it is. Write up the paperwork and then you just do it. So, hey guys, if you're enjoying watching these clips, then head over to the description so you can go watch the entire podcast episode or go to Apple Podcasts or Spotify, search Talk It Up, look for the gold logo and start watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel as well. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.